everyone. Welcome to LexTalk, World Talk Show presented by Clickaway Creators. Today we have Ankit Sharma with us. Mr. Sharma is a qualified company secretary and a lawyer with over 10 years of experience in various diversified sectors like energy, real estate, travel, e-commerce, and many more. He has been an active participant in industry led dialogues and seminars. He is also a guest faculty for the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, as well as various other educational institutions. Working in the startup ecosystem for over 7 years, Ankit had been instrumental in setting up overall legal functions for various companies within the industry. So, without any further ado, let me just dive right into the journey, Ankit's journey as a legal professional so far. Hello, Ankit. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good too, Ankit. Thank you for asking. So, as I said, we're really excited to know about your journey as a legal professional. So, let's just get started with that first.
So, to start with my journey as a legal professional, I mean, it's been a lot of, a lot of it's been very exciting, a lot of learning. I actually, during my tenure, I've been able to gather knowledge from, various veterans of the industry, as well as a lot of people who are actually known in the industry, and that's something which has helped pave my way through where I am today. Uh, like we always say that law is an evolving profession, and you need to actually keep pace with the demands. You have to be on your toes. You have to be updated at all times. I think the key uh, to unlock all of these opportunities, this sort of attitude has always helped me, that I've always tried to keep myself updated with what's happening around in and around the legal profession, as well as otherwise. So if I have to sum it up all during past approximately 10 years, the journey has been, I mean, really humble. It's been eventful, and I've learned a lot.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma, for throwing light on your journey. Now, this question might not make sense to you because you are in the legal industry yourself for over 10 years now.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna ask anyway. So, please tell us about your most memorable case or transaction, and what are your key takeaways from there?
Uh, that's a tricky one. I mean, as you already told me that, because, you do a lot of things, you do a lot of transaction, as well as you get onto various cases, but, to pick and choose one from whole lot is something which is, it's a bit tricky. But, I'll have to tell you that, I don't remember a case in particular, but, if I get a chance to tell something that, wherein, the learning was huge, wherein the transaction or the case was unique in itself. I think, I'll take the first comes up to my mind is, when I was working with Make My Trip not so long ago, back in year 2017. I actually, got the chance to work on the Make My Trip IBO merger, which was one of those, you know, the biggest merger of the Indian travel industry. Never happened before, and it brought a lot of learning. It brought, I mean, I got a chance to, you know, see myself. Getting groomed as a professional. I was able to explore myself. As far as the learning cycle is concerned, that was one which is, which has helped me uh, to, understand the potentials I have as a professional. The other case, again, if I have to go back, I'll specifically talk about litigation, wherein, I had a very small stint of litigation while working with a boutique law firm. I happened to get a chance on working with the landmark Sahara Sebi litigation, and it was a unique learning. It actually exposed a different side of learning as well as me, and I was able to uh, you know see myself grooming. I was able to I was working with the stalwarts of the legal industry. I was able to work with most learning professionals who are out there in the legal, and people, it's just that, when people say that, naam hi kafi hai. So that's one thing which actually brought a lot of learning. And these are a couple of cases apart from a lot of if I have to just pick out from the lot of a lot of experiences I've had during my tenure.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma, and absolutely, well, it was really interesting, thing to discuss. Um, let's talk about your specialization now, because I'm sure people would want to know about, about your views on a lot of trending things that are going on in the legal space. So, how do you look at legal compliance in this particular year, and how do you think it's going to change 5 years down the line?
See, like I said, the law is an evolving profession, and if you want to keep going with the flow, we'll have to pace up our learning to be able to achieve that growth now. So if I'll have to put it like this, the COVID is actually, if I'll have to tell you that the COVID period is something which is almost over now. I'll not say that we've been able to control it totally, but the businesses are bouncing back, and they are working at their optimum capacities. So I think this now calls for a more robust compliance management, which definitely will involve a blend of technology. And while I say technology, I mean, it's not something which is new. It's something which is which I'll say is new, and not really a a usual thing as far as the Indian legal industry is concerned. So that's something which will be there. Uh, when I tell you that our country is really evolving, it's evolving at a faster pace, and in the next 5 years, I think we'll see a lot of changes which will be led by the artificial intelligence in law, which is actually a reality in a lot of other countries like US. So if I'll have to put it like that, as we analyze this whole situation, the ground is actually shifting beneath our feet, and we have to match with client expectation if people are working in the law firms and everything. And you know this need of a robust compliance management is something which will which is the need of the hour, and you have to keep pace with it. Uh, though definitely when technology comes in, people see that they have the job scare, that a lot of manual work goes away, and people who when the artificial intelligence kicks in, I to be if I have to analyze this situation, I think yes, the fear is there that people may lose their job, but I seriously it's some sort of a myth, because you always need some sort of a human learning to actually go with an artificial intelligence bit. So since technology like law is ever evolving, and for us to go ahead and continue the best practices, as well as the expectations of various regulators and the government going, I think in next 5 years or maybe 10 years now, we will see a lot of technology kicking in. We'll see people moving away from traditional methods to a to a technology led compliance management, as well as everything is there, more stricter, yet much more responsive.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sharma. Now, let's talk about a completely different, topic. We would really like to know about your thoughts on the startup regime in the country. Like, what is your take on it?
So, if I'll have to again, analyze this whole situation while being an insider to it, uh, our country has embraced the startups uh, really positively, and in past, if I'll have to tell you like this, past approximately 10 years, we've seen our country growing as an accepted market for a lot of startups, various ideas kicking in, and various stalwarts. If I'll have to tell you, like the examples of Flipkart, where I'm working with Moglix, uh, other OLX, there are a lot of startups that have actually been successful, and it'll not be very wise to call them startups now, because they are an established market, they are an established marketplace right now. Uh, so this is something which is there, and our country as a whole has. gone up really high in the index of the most successful countries, one of the most successful countries as far as the startups are concerned, because we have to have a lot of people with various ideas, and that's actually the asset test for uh, for the promise that this industry actually brings in. So and to support it, like Indian economy, to support it like that, we've seen a lot of changes happening in easing of various norms, taxation benefits, simpler registrations. When there's an foreign investor, if they would want to move out, they have very simpler way to move out, because traditionally we were not a very adaptive market as far as the foreign investors are concerned. So that's something which is there, and it always brings a fair amount of competition. And if this brings in competition, the quality of the product you get as a consumer, it actually increases, because better competition, the end result will definitely be positive. And that's something which is a very bright side of it. uh, it also brings, I mean, while I say it, I always feel that it brings in a lot of responsibility. It brings uh, a lot of reforms that we need as a professional. Because if I have to link it, me being a lawyer, I it gives me a lot of responsibility to advise my company, or if the professionals are advising their clients who's just budding startups, I think it brings a lot of responsibility in them as well, so that they bring value to their clients, to their respective companies, which will improve the quality of you know these whole startup ecosystem. And that's when it's a great deal for lawyers to come in, and more startups will bring in more exposure, as well as more a robust environment for us as a professional.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma. Sadly, we have come to an end of this conversation. But before I let you go, I would really like you to, say a couple of words. So, any words of advice you would like to give to the youth aspiring to take up law or CS as their career?
So spending approximately 10 years as a CS, as a lawyer, I there's one thing which I've always learned from my seniors, my mentors, that we as a professional have to always think on our feet, because uh, it would not matter how you are as a professional, but when somebody comes to you for an advice, they think you're jack of all trades and you know everything. So you'll always have to think on your feet. You'll always have to uh, have an answer for people, even if you do not know you, because that's where the grooming as well as the learning kicks in. So that's one thing. One, you'll have to always think on your feet. Uh, and the other most important thing which I feel is that learning. Like I've throughout I've always pressed on learning, because this is something which is an ever going process. It's a lifelong cycle, like we tell us that and it will make you definitely a better professional. Every passing day, if you embrace learning as a part of your routine. So another thing is, being a lawyer, we have to be connected with people. We have to have our mentors in place. We have to understand that uh, any knowledge we get is an addition to us only. So that's one thing. And we following our ethics code, because if we do not as a professional follow our ethics code, I think that's something which puts us in a bad spot, because uh, that's something which should not we should not embrace as a professional. So, and apart from a duty, a lawyer owes to their clients. They owe this to themselves as well, that they have to uh, be always you know be in a good manners. They have to be courteous enough with their clients or their employers, so that that sort of confidence as well as a you know uh, an advice kicks in, and which will definitely make you a good professional, good lawyer, good human being as well.
Well, as we say, Ankit, that knowledge is power, but when we bring knowledge and experience together, it becomes even more powerful, and that's what your advice was,
Yes,
right? And
absolutely.
I'm sure people are going to get really inspired
Sure.
from your experience, from the knowledge that you have shared with us.
Mhm.
Thank you so much yet again for
Thanks.
sharing such great insights with us. We really look forward to having a chat with you again in the future on some other trending topics in the
Sure.
international legal industry.
Sure.
And for our viewers, if you like this chat with Ankit, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to Clickaway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do, and you have more coming from industry legal leaders. This is Bharti for Let's Talk, signing off.